There is a civil war at Liverpool. If you guys have been sleeping under a rock, if you've not heard what Mohamed Salah had to say yesterday, there is a civil war right now going on at Liverpool. Salah feels like he is being scapegoated and he's being thrown under the bus by certain elements in the club. And guess what? I agree with him. Now, let's put things in perspective. Is Salah being selfish and petulant? Yes. Is he being, throwing his toys out of the pram? Like the guys would say, yes. But does he have a point also? Yes. And I feel like Slot is in the middle, but he still has some blame as well. Now, let's backtrack. Last year, Salah was fighting for his contract, which he shouldn't have to do, but he was fighting for his contract, and he had to ball out and contribute almost 60 goals. Imagine he had to do almost 60 goals just to get that contract situated. If you were Salah, how would you feel after everything you've done up to that point? But the way he went about it was not the best because remember, he went to the press and he said some things. He went to the mix zone. He told them, guys, that them didn't pay me my money. And he has declined going to Saudi. So that's why he came with that much aggression because I just said no to Saudi. So give me my money, bro. Now, those guys don't want to give him that money because obviously he's older and there's Virgil to pay as well. But they answered him at the end of the day. They gave him the money. The way he went about it, though, somebody must have felt like rubbed the wrong way in that club. I don't know if it's the sporting director. I don't know who it is. Somebody in that negotiation room. That's how negotiations work, guys. This is the corporate world. Like somebody has to be the bad guy. So somebody must have felt like, oh, okay, okay, okay. You know what? Because of the way you went about doing this thing, and now we can't say no because the fans riot after how many goals that you and assists. Most goals are most assists in that season, last season. So we'll give you that money, but the transition starts now, and that's where they were going to catch him. The transition starts now. We'll get somebody that can replace you for most assists in Florian, and we'll get somebody that can replace you for most goals in Isak. Because Isak, the only person that scored more goals than Isak last year was you. You see where the problem starts. And also, losing Jota and Luis Diaz did not help matters because now you're like, okay, who do we go for? But we have Kesa. Should we use Kesa? And then you forget that you don't have a DM or you need a center back. Instead of focusing that energy on a center back, that revenge that you want to get over Salah made you guys go for Isak and Ekitike and Florian. In a perfect world, they didn't have to break their transfer record twice because Ekitike and Isak do the same job. Florian, okay, I can get you. You need Florian as a playmaker if you want. Okay, now get Florian and Isak or get Florian and Ekitike. Why must you have Florian, Isak, and Ekitike? That's where issues started because those kind of things set you back years when you don't make the right move. See, when they made that transfer splash, I remember I was on the phone with Toby, Mr. My Liverpool guy, and I was like, Jurgen must be pissed right now because look at how much work that guy did and didn't give him anything. His most expensive buy was probably Allison. They didn't give that guy anything. Do you know what that guy would have done with breaking the British transfer record twice? Come on, man. Hendo, you didn't replace Hendo for the guy. You didn't replace Fabinho for Jurgen. Until today, they didn't still replace the Fabinho and Hendo. But I personally believe that's where Salah's issue started. Because last year, somebody must have been so angry. And especially, imagine Slot, them asking you every day in your first year, you're winning the league. Every day they're asking you about Salah's contract. He too was pissed. But he has some blame to take as well. Because I personally think he's a good tactician, but he does not have good man management skills. That's just the truth. He does not have good man management skills. And he didn't just start here. He started with Chiesa. The way he's been doing with Chiesa, I just know that's not a good man manager. And then I was looking forward to how will you handle Isak and Ekitike. Because Ekitike has made your life easy and hard. is in the sense that he came as soon as he came, bang, 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 he's scoring. Hard in the sense that you have Isak, and now how will you fit Isak into the team? You need to be able to call Isak to the side and say, look, this guy's already scoring. I'm going to have to work you back because they said Isak was not fully fit when he came. So you can even buy the excuse and say, look, I'm not starting you till December, or you feel me? Let's walk you into how we play because this guy's already balling for us, and now we are losing. That was his number two that showed me that this guy does not know how to handle people. He doesn't know how to handle people. And then the third thing is obviously Salah. In fact, when he did the Ikitiki thing when he took his shirt off, I already was like, okay, no, this guy is not that guy. He's not that guy. You feel me? But then with the Salah issue, this is the perfect time for you to call Salah to the side and be like, look, let me protect you. Guys are saying that because of you, because you're not tracking back, we are losing. You know what? Sit down for this game. Next game, I'll bring you on at after 60 minutes and then you start the next game. Not that you bench him 3 games in a row. That's no see, no matter what you want to say, no top coach is doing that to a top player. They never did it to Messi, they never did it to Cristiano, you're not doing that to Mbappe, you're not doing that to Gerard and Gerard, you're not doing that like guy, you're not doing that to the big names. Pep, as big as Pep is, he cannot bench Haaland for 3 games straight and expect that Haaland will not give this kind of interview. That's what I'm telling you that I don't blame Salah because there's no top player that will take this 3 games straight for the first time in your career just because I'm having my first rough patch ever. After 60 contributions last year, I can't have a rough patch. If anybody deserves a rough patch, it's Salah, bro. Salah has done too much. If anyone deserves a rough patch, it's a Salah. And then you have guys like Jimmy Carragher who are, bro, that guy's just a disgrace, first of all. Because I won't even call him a disgrace because you have every right to voice your opinion and say what you want. But don't act like, oh, I'm neutral. No, 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 no. You are not neutral. You took a stand. We all saw you take a stand last year when, first of all, you called AFCON not a big tournament when, as a Liverpool legend, you should be boosting your guy for the Ballon d'Or so that will be increasing his confidence and wanting him to perform every. No, 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 no. Oh, he probably won't. Like, what do you mean he probably won't win the Ballon d'Or because AFCON is not a big tournament? Nobody's going to say that about their guy because everybody wants to put their guy on the pedestal. So that because if you don't run PR for your guy, who will? That's why you've never seen Salah in the top three Ballon d'Or or like majors because his guys don't run the PR for him. It doesn't matter what he does. As last year when he was contributing to those many goals, you still had guys like Simon Jordan and Troy Deeney still telling you that this guy was not world class. How many years will he do it for him to be world class? And with the same breath, they will tell you Harry Kane is world class. Harry Kane is world class, but Salah is not world class. Which in what world are you living in that Harry Kane is world class and Salah is not world class? So there was already a vendetta, and definitely, definitely, you could see that a section of the UK media does not like this guy. I don't know if it's because he's Egyptian. I don't know what it is. They don't like the guy. You feel me? And obviously, there are certain things Salah will do sometimes that's like, okay, maybe it's not that pleasing on the eye because he's too goal focused. But come on, bro. The productivity is 250 goals. You want to buy it. You can't buy 250 goals, bro. Liverpool, this might be the beginning of the end. This might be the beginning of the end because once you lose Salah, you lose Virgil, miss out on Champions League twice. You're not going to have Florian and the rest, Isak and no, 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 no. If you think Florian, Isak, and Ekitike are going to stay at this young age and not play Champions League back to back years, you are dreaming. You're smoking rice. You're smoking rice. And now I feel like what Salah did is to give them an ultimatum: is me or this guy. Obviously, he's not going to play in Inter Milan. He probably won't play the next game. Go to Afcon, maybe Afcon after Afcon. Look, and that's why Salah fell into the trap because I know Salah wanted to, you know, aggravate the firing of the coach. But bro, Slot can definitely lose his job while you're at Afcon. So like, why don't you just chill? And continue to be the hero and be the guy on the people's side. Bro, if I was Salah after this game, especially benching me 3 times, obviously I'm mad. I'll do that interview and tell them, look, I am extremely angry that I'm not starting, but we backed the manager. He won us a league last year. In the toughest of moments, we have to push him. Do the opposite of what people think you're going to do. Now you're going to go down now, and maybe you might not even get that statue at the end of the day because, brother, you're not even English. So how would you feel me? Anything can happen. It's sad state of affairs right now, Liverpool. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and like, comment, subscribe, share. This is Ball Knowledge. I am Sozo Millie. See you guys in the next video.